What up, world? It's your man Swizzy in the building, here with my bro Peas, and you are now live with the city. Now we are back. We've been gone for a little while. We gave y'all the promo video to let y'all know what was going on. So now we back. We got a few good topics for y'all, from random thought, topic of the day, what's buzzing. Peas, we got a lot going for them. It's about 345. 445? Something like that. So we gonna get right into it, man. We just gonna pop it off, and we gotta start it off with topic of the day. Please start talking.
Topic of the day today, we're gonna focus more on politics and the division in America. All right, so basically when we talk about this, we don't want to get too heavy into, I guess, material as far as how each candidate, Hillary and Donald Trump, what they stand for as far as their policies. But what we want to talk about is how the politics has divided America, okay? So wherever you stand as far as who you support, is who you support. But my only issue is with people not respecting each other's platform. Whether you support Hillary or support Trump, as long as you can support why you do it, then I can back you up. All right, I'm not going to be sitting up here and say that I advocate for Trump. All right, but I'm not going to say that I advocate for Hillary.
Right.
I do my research on both. But if you stand for one or the other, back it up.
Right.
All right. I don't like when Trump supporters just automatically, if I say I don't like Trump, they like, oh, he's a racist. Oh, he's this, he's that. Yeah. It's like, all right, it doesn't matter what I feel, because opinions doesn't matter. Facts matter. Right. All right. So if you support Trump, tell me why you support Trump. I can respect somebody who can back their platform with facts, instead of just saying, oh, I like Trump because he's better than Hillary, or I like Hillary because she's better than Trump. You have to be able to support that. That alone is causing the divide in America, because we don't respect each other's opinion and we don't put it in the forefront. All right, we need to be intellectual with this, because this is going to be the next president of America.
Yeah.
All right, and if we can't understand why, or if we can't support that, and it's just like, oh, I respect Trump because he says what it is, make America great again. But what does that mean?
Right.
All right, I don't know. You tell me how you feel, Zach.
Well, you know my stand. I'm not huge on the politics and whatnot, but at the same time, I am aware, and I do feel that it is important to be aware of what's going on, just so I'm not coming or speaking from an ignorant point of view. But being at the college campus at the University of Akron, we've had Trump come to campus, and the vibe was a lot different. The conversations were a lot different just from one day to the next. And you could hear a lot of ignorance coming from people's mouths. Like, I've watched videos of people saying, well, Donald Trump is going to be so much better than Obama because, one, he's a citizen. And they would say, like, well, okay, but how is Obama not a citizen? Well, there's no proof. Well, he has a birth certificate.
Right.
But no, that might be false. Well, who would you go to see if this is true or real or not? Would you go to his mother? No, because his mother could have cause to lie. And so I watched the guy giving the interview. He asked the same question. Well, how could you know about Trump? And they were like, well, I would just ask his mom. And it's just the ignorance of, you know what I'm saying? It's just ignorance. The same thing with Hillary Clinton. I'm not going to say I stand for what Hillary is doing or Trump, but at the same time, it's like, it's so much nonsense that comes out of the mouths of us U.S. citizens as a whole. It's like, it's not even funny. Like, and this is what we're building on. We're supposed to build on this, and we're building. We're getting ready to vote on ignorance and opinion.
Right.
Instead of fact.
I'm glad that you said that, because it's almost embarrassing.
Yeah.
Honestly, that it's come to this. And as on the same point I spoke on Donald, I'll speak on Hillary Clinton as well. The knock on her is she lies, she panders for the black vote, the email scandal and things like that. I get all of that. All right, I understand, and I'm gonna sympathize with both sides, because it's important to understand each other's platform. But how many people have lied before, especially presidents? All right, things that have happened. Like, everybody has their flaws. All right, social media blows it out of proportion now because of how pertinent things can get out there. And, social media blows things out. Yeah. But she's in the wrong in certain areas. All right, but everybody does. Everybody has faults. All right, but she has her things that she has to deal with, as well as Donald Trump. But if we can understand each other's platform, it'll bring us closer together instead of dividing us.
Exactly.
And that'll lead into on the next joint.
So the next topic is what's buzzing. We're actually gonna blend this in to what we kind of talked about with society in America and what's been going on lately. A lot more killings,
Right.
Taking place within the past few weeks, and it's not funny. It's really a sad topic, but it is the reality. This is what we're living in, and so one thing was there was so much hype about what Colin Kaepernick was doing on the field.
Right.
And this is a mockery of the country and what the flag stands for. Can you talk about what you think Kaepernick is saying and why he did what he did? Because we talked about it in our first topic of the day, but now I think everything he said, this is why now. Now you see why.
Yeah.
So talk about that one time.
And I think it's so, and it's sad that his point had to be proven by somebody else dying.
Yeah.
All right, they happen almost simultaneously, but it proves the point. All right, that there's a reason why he kneeled.
Exactly.
And so many people have followed suit. WNBA teams, whole teams, NFL teams. You see demonstrations of them linking arms, raising the fist during the national anthem.
Yeah.
It justifies through what we're seeing. All right, and I have to reiterate, it is a shame that we have to keep dying or things have to keep happening for us to, for it to be cognizant in people's minds. But, it further validates the point. There's a reason why we're taking a stand, and it's peaceful. All right, and this just goes back to what we just talked about, people not understanding each other's platform and respecting it. All right, now if you have something against, Black Lives Matter or the protest that, African Americans are taking, speak on it. Explain to me why. And then we can have an intellectual conversation about that. Maybe I can help you understand, or maybe you can help me understand. But I won't just berate you for your thoughts. And I think this is a good example. I'm in class. I go to Walsh University, and in class, the minority population is small. So in class, I might be one or two minority students. All right, so I'm in a class, there's a minority female in class. She's Bolivian, and I'm African American. I sit in a section, right next to the teacher, each table, like there are tables connected in a circle form. I sit here, literally everybody else sits together, and I'm kind of like isolated. Mm-hmm. All right, and it didn't happen, I didn't choose to just kind of sit there, I didn't choose to isolate myself. I sat down, was one of the first in class, and everybody else just kind of clicked up, and it's like, it just kind of shows me through that, like, there's still a divide. And it's like people, I notice it every day that I sit in class because there's nobody like right next to me, but everybody else has friends. I kind of feel, not lost, but it's just like, dang. It brings it to my mind, like, we need to close this gap from understanding, because those people in that class don't even understand what they're doing, and it's just through understanding each other, listening, and being able to dialogue back and forth intellectually.
Well, I personally don't think that we will have that togetherness like we should.
Right.
I'm not saying things won't get better, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, I do believe that people will forever want to be ignorant and want to stay in that same mindset.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. And so once you continue to bring change or talk about change, now you're pulling them away from that comfort zone.
Right.
And so it's becoming borderline, what is the word I want to use? They're scared. Literally.
Right.
They're scared to change. And that's why I don't feel we will see the change. And that's a sad thing to say, but it's the world that we live in.
Yeah.
We live in a world, it's evil. It's really evil, and people don't want to change. So, I think we'll have some steps in the right direction. We obviously, a lot more needs to happen, not only from blacks but whites as well, and every other race. But
Yeah.
That is what that is, man. So
Yeah.
this is somewhat the real talk piece.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot that's been going on, obviously. We spoke on the Kaepernick situation, the situation with the presidency and the running and all of this. So now we want to talk to you guys about your life. Like, what are you doing? What is your purpose? You know, how can you make a change, or how can you help make that change in any way, shape, or form? You don't have to be the president to make a change. You don't have to be high in a political power to make any type of change. You can do it within your neighborhood, within your school, if you play sports, use that on your team. So please talk to them one time, see what you know, so they can pick your brain.
Man, when we talking about that, and it's funny because we always have these conversations about kind of like purpose and things like that. And I think it's like people don't necessarily understand their purpose or are actively searching for that. All right, and we talked about, what we feel like we stand for. Me individually, I feel like my purpose is to, touch people's lives. Like, I feel like I'm here to help others become better, like as far as maybe as a coach, or specifically what's been a focus of mine, especially in my life, transitioning from being an athlete to being in the real world as far as outside of athletics. And I think, especially in Canton, since we're on the real talk piece, there's so many athletes in the city who don't see life outside of athletics. All right, you looking for NFL, but NFL stands for not for long. That's what people always say. Right. So you got to understand that you got to prepare on both sides. That one day, even if you do, or if you're blessed to make it to the NFL, one day that's going to end. Football doesn't last forever, and people who try to stay in it too long, being stubborn, you see they have very serious problems with health and things like that. It's a tough game. So you need to prepare yourself to be in the real world as you're going through high school, going through college. Like, you can't just isolate your mind and think, oh, it's ball is life, and that's it. NFL, NBA, MLB, golf. Golf, you can golf forever though. So what I'm saying. Maybe golf, but baseball too, maybe. But throw the elbow out or something like that. But you got to be prepared on both sides. Networking is key. Get with people who can help you get to where you need to be. All right. Surround yourself with good friends that's gonna get you prepared mentally. That's gonna engage your mind instead of just letting you be on trash and do whatever, be out in the streets or something like that. Start thinking about other opportunities. You go to college, you got to declare a major sometime, and the major that you declare is got to be of some interest to you. So look it up. Look what it is, the field that you're interested in. Look at potential jobs. Start looking into that. Activate your mind instead of just sitting there like, oh, I'm going to make it to the league. I'm going to make it to the league. Your motivation is like, oh, yeah, I got to help moms. True. Man, if I can make it to the league, the first thing I'm going to do is buy my mom a crib. Mom and pops, you feel me? But that's not the only way I can get there.
And it's funny, it was on the car ride up here, we were talking about us getting ready to graduate. And like, man, this grown man life is coming. It's coming. There's no running from it. And I feel like I have to embrace things. I try not to let fear run my life. I do have fear at times because it's just the fear of the unknown. But at the same time, God places us in these positions, and it's just our turn now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when our parents or the older people, they laugh at us, boy, y'all ain't even got your feet wet yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's our turn now. Now we have to take those nicks and know, like, I don't know where I'm going to be. December, I'm done. I have no clue what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm planning for it, but if I say I want to go here and say, no, God say, no, you're going to go somewhere else, I have to go somewhere else. So I feel like we have to continue to obviously plan, man. Have a plan. Don't be afraid to chase your dream for anything. If you want to go to the NFL, and now don't be stubborn, and let's be real and let's be honest. But at the same time, man, God, impossible is nothing. So if that's what your heart is and that's your desire, chase it. But at the same time, you still need to make sure that football is not everything. And that's wow, that was just hard for me to say. That's hard. But at the same time, obviously, man, I'm not a man to say have a plan A, B, C, or D, because if you got a plan B, that means plan A won't work. But just have a plan. just understand that there will come a time when whatever you want to do, football, baseball, it will end. So what do I do after this? That might be when you're 38 or 18.
Right.
You never know. Have a plan. So, you know, bro, we always touch on that a lot, man. But you know, we had a lot of serious talk these first 3 topics. So let's go random thought, man.
Yeah, we're gonna hit you with the random thought when we get back. More live with the city with you.
There it is.
What's up, everybody? Got a new campaign for y'all. What's your purpose? All right, so the whole purpose is tag yourself on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter with a statement saying, what's your purpose? Why you're doing what you're doing, what's your goal in life? Let us know. Top 5 will put you on the podcast next week.
Live with the city, back in effect. Now, we just left y'all off with some real talk and all the good stuff and all deep, but now we gotta relax. It's time to relax. It's time to kick it. Random thought.
Bruh, top five. Bruh, I want to talk about my top 5 rappers. And I ain't gonna talk about all time, bruh, because when you talk about all time, yeah,
that's tough.
We wasn't around when Pac and Biggie is them.
We was like 3.
Yeah, I argue for Pac and them, but I don't really know what I be saying for real.
Well, I do, but I'm gonna let you lead that one.
I mean, we grew up on it, but we didn't live in it though.
You right.
Yeah,
well,
my dad-
technically we did because we was like 3.
But we went at 6. We
don't
didn't
matter,
know
it
what
was
we was
3.
listening to at 6.
I
Or
understood
you
the
right, we
words.
was 3. At 3, you can't even speak words. Yeah, hey, Tupac and Biggie and them is definitely the best, but we want to touch base on people we grow up with and really know for sure. So I'm gonna just start off. It's no order, so y'all can't pick me apart.
All right.
Top 5, man, definitely who is for sure. I know for a fact this is my favorite artist. He in my top 5 all time,
I already know.
all generations.
I already know.
J. Cole.
Cold World.
J. Cole.
Cold World.
That man Cole
Yeah.
is a bad man.
Bad boy.
He one of the best. He lyrically one of the best all time.
For sure.
He's up there with anybody. Put
sure.
anybody in the game.
For sure.
Talk about it.
Well, you know me. I call it biased or not.
Yeah.
J. Cole is my number 1.
Great.
Period. I would have to go with no order. No order after Cole. No order after Cole.
No order after Cole.
I would have to go Kendrick.
Yeah. No order. So yeah, no order.
Nas.
Yeah.
I rocks with Wale and B.O.B.
B.O.B.
B.O.B. I rocks with Bob, dog. I rocks with Bob tough, man.
Yeah.
And it's some more I could place in and out,
I mean,
but that's
you listen to him, but
that's tough.
not my top 5. No, B.O.B.
I rocks with B.O.B.
I rock with Bob heavy, but he not in my top 5 now. Nas, I definitely rock with Nas, but there's people that I for sure listen to. Like I don't even want to go back because I just want to keep it current people. So you got mine after Cole, definitely with you on Kendrick, Wale for sure. I'm definitely a Drake fan, man. I'm heavy on Drake. He a toss up, man. He playing both sides. You feel me? But old Drake, Ransom, right now.
But
hey, as soon as I said Ransom, I bet somebody watching got the spit.
you know what's crazy though?
I gotta
Fans, forgive me. Y'all young kids, y'all probably won't understand what I'm getting ready to say. Forgive me for not putting this guy in. I'll have to take.
I ain't even getting my last
out.
5th.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. It just hit me though, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who's your 5th?
My 5th is Ace Hood. I don't care. I don't care what you're saying right now. I've been a fan of Ace Hood since Starvation 1. Starvation 5 now. Trials and Tribulations. I done got every one of them. Ace Hood been real. He ain't changed on me for the fans.
Man, listen. I don't know how I forgot this man, and I feel horrible for Lil Wayne, bro. There's no way you can't. Just think. Okay, now listen. For a lot of y'all young cats that's just getting into high school, y'all probably won't understand. I'm talking when we was in elementary, middle school, Wayne, like the Drought 3, the Carter 3 Wayne, Dedication 1 and 2, old Wayne, it by far, no one's touching Wayne. I ain't talking about new Wayne, all crazy, super truck fitted out Wayne.
Yeah.
And you know, we could throw some
screaming on the track.
We ain't with all that.
Nah.
Now, granted, there's some guys like Jay-Z, old Jay-Z,
I am, bro. Yeah.
older Jay-Z.
Old Jay-Z. I'm not a fan of Jay-Z now.
It's tough, man.
The last good thing he put out was like the Blueprint 3, maybe
It's-
Kingdom Come, something like that.
That's tough, bro. It's a lot of. It's so many artists, man. We would love to hear what y'all got to say about that, because we kind of want to see where people are coming from with that, because we think how we think, but at the same time we don't want to be closed-minded. We want to hear everybody else's opinion on how y'all feel about artists. But if y'all talking about Young Thug and all that, I promise to goodness, y'all get up out of here. So we're gonna be right back with last call in 1 second, man. Holla at your boy.
Live at the city. Back at you, man. Live for the city. We done have fun with you all day. Glad to be back, man. We here to stay. Last call.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Last call, man. Last bit of motivation for you.
Last call.
Leaving you with something that you can go off with for the rest of your week and use in your life, man. What we want to talk about today is motivation. All right. The whole topic that we've been kind of touching base on today is purpose. Finding out what you want to do in life. Getting to that point in your life that you know where you want to go. But you need that motivation factor that's going to keep you going. All right. Find out what it is that triggers you. Figure out what it is that you want to keep doing that's going to help you keep going. You need to have a single focus that you can always look back to, that'll remind you of the journey that you're on. Whether that's helping your family out, whether that's accomplishing something that's never been done before. If you're the first person in your family to go to college, always think about that and understand why you're there. All right, for me, my motivation is the fact that I want to and am going to change the city of Canton. I see a lot of things that happen, a lot of things that don't happen, a lot of things that I feel I can insert myself into and provide a positive change. I think about that every day. All right? Every time I see something going on, I think about how I can help, how I can change. My motivation is that. I'm heavy on moms, man. I'm a mama's boy for sure. I love you, Pops. My big Vic Parks, that's my dad, man. But Dad, I'm a mama's boy. All right, so get my mom right. Making sure that I know that we don't know what it's like not to have a meal anymore. Electric cut off, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what to do, hot water off, man. That's not a good feeling. That motivates me every day. All right, and that's what's helping me get to my purpose. All right, everybody needs that motivation factor.
Well, for me, my motivation is, struggle. The struggle. Obviously, I was blessed. We were blessed to have our parents there. So some things we didn't have to go through. The fact that we had that foundation, but the struggle that came along with growing up and understanding that in this life you will not have everything handed to you. Some stuff you got to take. So for me, I embrace my struggle. That's motivation for me. The fact that you won't break me. That motivates me, because I know you can't break you. I'm not built that way. God did not create me to break. You might try to bend me a little bit. You might even semi-crack something out of me, but you will not break me. And legacy is huge for me. I listened to Herm Edwards speak, and one thing that I took from listening to him speaking all these great speak, my name is all I have, dude. Right. When we check out of here, man, the name is all we have left, man. So I wear my father's name with pride, man. I'm going to sweat till I die. DST, you can't sweat the technique, man. I'm going to sweat until I die. But just something like that, whenever that day comes and my dad is gone, I have to wear that name. Right. I'm the key focal point of that name, and everything my father put in me. You know what I'm saying? Now I have to watch what I do and say, because they're going to look at my dad. So then when I have a son, they're going to look at my son like, hey, ain't you Sweats boy? That's Zach Sweats boy right there. So you know what I'm saying? That's what motivates me to make sure my name is carried with respect. Now some people, they're gonna hate you for what you do. They won't like it, but use that as motivation. Use that. Embrace your struggle, man. Everybody gonna go through. What me gonna say? Everybody been through it. Everybody used to it.
They used to it.
But ain't nobody new. Struggle. For real. Embrace it, man. We clown on this show. This is our show, so if anybody got a problem with it, you don't have to watch. We ask that you do, but we gonna clown. So, but for real though, man, embrace your struggle, man. Everybody goes through it. It's a part of life. It's one thing about growing up that you can't see what's going on, man, but how you respond to it is what'll change, man. So Bro, we just ended the second podcast, bro.
End of the second podcast.
Second
man.
podcast is done.
Slight applause for us, man. Slight applause for us. Yeah. Hey, but I appreciate y'all who've been waiting patiently. We back. We here to stay. We gonna keep bringing y'all information. But don't forget what we left you with that message. Tag us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let us know what your purpose is. Leave a pic, leave a statement, something that we can use, because we gonna put some of y'all that we like.
We put
you
y'all
on
in,
the podcast.
man. We with it.
Man.
Don't come with no trash though, because
No trash.
We will literally.
Like
put
if
it
they
in the
comment and
trash.
say Young Thug is top 5.
Like
No.
that's nonsense.
Top
That's
0.
blasphemy.
Right.
Another one. Hold on, man. We got to do this. Shout out to the sis, man.
Shout out. Hey,
we got to shout out to sis.
Lil Peas.
Lil Peas.
Lil
She
Peas.
holding it down back there.
Big
Y'all
shout out
can't
Lil
see her,
Peas.
but we gonna have her put a picture of herself so y'all can see.
No.
We not gonna do that?
We the face. We the face. She look like me a little bit, so just see, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I tried, sis.
Big love though, so we might
shout out to the
throw
sis,
you in
man.
there.
She be holding us down
Look,
with all of
with
this,
the
man. Making sure,
big-
you know, the angles and everything is all taken care of.
Big
No.
hearts. Big hearts.
But no, man, live with the city. We out of here, man. We love y'all, Canton. Please check with us. You know where we at on social media, all of that.
Follow us.
Follow us. Contact us. Leave your name, number, email, all that good stuff. Just don't be
Yeah.
on no trash. We love y'all. 360.
I'm still looking for somebody to make me some joggers, man.
We out of here, y'all. Have a good one.